The sterile white corridors of the Zenith Medical Complex hummed with the usual efficiency of 1,000 worlds. Best healthcare facility. Dr. Lisa Chen adjusted her neural interface, reviewing the morning's intake reports with practiced ease. As chief of xenobiology, she'd seen countless species walk through those doors, each with their unique physiologies and ailments. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared her for what was about to unfold. Dr. Chen, we have a peculiar case in Bay 7, her assistant chirped through the human donor, first one we've had in months. Lisa's eyebrows rose slightly. Humans were rare this far into the galactic core. Most preferred their own modest colonies on the outer rim, content to keep to themselves while the greater galaxy bustled with trade and politics. She made her way to Base 7, curiosity piqued. The human sat on the donation chair, sleeve rolled up, looking remarkably unremarkable. Oliver Hayes, according to his file, brown hair, average build, a slight nervous smile as the extraction needle hummed to life. He was a freighter pilot who'd stopped for repairs and decided to do something good while waiting. First time donating off? Lisa asked, running her scanner over his vitals. Yeah, Oliver replied, watching the crimson liquid flow through the transparent tubes. Figured you folks could use it. We all bleed red, right? Well, most of us anyway. Lisa smiled politely, though she knew that particular Earth saying didn't quite translate across species lines. The Thavians had blue blood, the Kellogg's green, and the Morphids didn't have blood at all in the traditional sense. Still, the sentiment was appreciated. The donation completed without incident. Oliver left with a cookie and a grateful nod from the staff. Lisa filed the sample away with the others, expecting nothing more than standard processing. It was 3 hours later when her world changed. Dr. Chen, you need to see this immediately. Dr. Thelver, a Kellogg's researcher, practically crashed through her office door, his forearms waving frantically. The human blood, the sample from this morning, something's wrong. All right, I don't know anymore. Lisa followed him to the lab at a sprint. On the holodisplays, data cascaded in impossible patterns. Thelver pulled up test result after test result, each one more bewildering than the last. We ran the standard compatibility screening, he explained, his voice trembling with excitement. And then, we noticed something. The human blood cells, when exposed to Kresh fever pathogens, didn't just resist them, they destroyed them. Completely. Lisa's heart quickened. Kresh fever had no cure. It ravaged through Morphid populations every cycle, killing thousands. Run it again, full spectrum analysis, and test it against everything in our pathogen database. What followed was 18 hours of the most intense research Lisa had ever conducted. The team didn't sleep, didn't eat, barely breathed as the results poured in. Oliver's blood wasn't just compatible with multiple species, it was miraculous. Kresh fever eliminated, spiral cell degradation neutralized, more neural rot reversed, plasma corruption cured. The list grew. 20 diseases, 30, 40 conditions that had plagued the galaxy for millennia, ailments that had entire research institutes dedicated to them, suddenly had a solution in the form of simple human hemoglobin. By the time they reached 47 confirmed cures, Lisa had to sit down. Her hands shook as she reviewed the data for the 100th time, searching for errors, contamination, anything that would explain this impossibility. Thelver whispered, "How is this possible?" Lisa pulled up Earth's medical database, something she should have done hours ago. The information made her head spin. Humans evolved on a death world, everyone knew that much. But the specifics were staggering. Hundreds of naturally occurring pathogens, predators at every turn, toxins in their food, their water, their very air. And humanity had survived by developing an immune system so aggressive, so adaptable, that it bordered on weaponized biology. They evolved to fight everything, Lisa murmured. Their blood is a battlefield, constantly at war, and they've been winning that war for millions of years. We need to inform the Galactic Medical Council, Thelver said. This could change everything. First, we need to inform Oliver, Lisa countered. This is his blood, his gift. He deserves to know what it means. They found him at a local cantina, halfway through what appeared to be his third drink. When Lisa explained what they'd discovered, Oliver nearly choked on his beer. My blood does what now? Lisa showed him the data on her portable hot. Oliver's face went through a spectrum of emotions: disbelief, shock, confusion, and finally, something like pride mixed with bewilderment. So what you're saying is, I'm some kind of walking pharmacy. More like a walking miracle, Lisa corrected. Mr. Hayes, if you're willing, we'd like to ask for your cooperation. Not just more donations, but to help us understand this. to synthesize it, replicate it. This could save billions of lives across hundreds of worlds. Oliver was quiet for a long moment. Then he set down his drink and met her eyes. Back home, we have a saying, from each according to their ability. I guess this is my ability. When do we start? Within weeks, the discovery made galactic headlines. The humble human freighter pilot who'd stopped for repairs became the most important person in the Zenith system. Research teams from 1,000 worlds descended, eager to study, to learn, to adapt. And Oliver, good-natured and bewildered by the attention, kept donating, kept helping, because that's what humans did, Lisa realized. They saw someone hurting and offered what they could, even if what they could offer was literally themselves. The galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again. The species they'd dismissed as backwater colonists, too fragile for the harsh reality of space, had just proven themselves the toughest survivors of all. Sometimes, Lisa thought as she watched another breakthrough unfold in her lab, the greatest strength isn't in weapons or warships. Sometimes it's simply in the blood that flows through your veins, and the willingness to share it with those in need. That was the human way, and the galaxy was better for it. End